But as the fight will be breaking into several pieces all to play, it was basically just a bait and switch coming through for Dragon Esports Club. Mega creeps on the neck of Rumi.io, and their approach is imminent. I'm not so sure if you want to play this through. It will need to be a long time before you can recover in terms of gold, while the rest of the team, the enemy has the rest of the map in their hands to use. DRT just standing about. The Aegis will be reclaimed in 20 seconds. I do believe Dragon Esports Club will want to keep their distance here just a little bit. Let the enemy come to you. Ariel is doing the careful approach at his D-warrant.
Well-gotten gains.
Yeah, S19 will be found out on the bottom. A nice aggressive approach onto the Weaver here. Out comes the Sunstrike, just to secure the vision. The RT and the boys still grabbing onto that Roshan's banner. They might want to throw down 2 of those and just shove in on the mid lane once Roshan respawns in 5 minutes or less. It does say 2 minutes on the timer, but you know, 0 to 3 more minutes could be added to that one. Yeah, Ancient Guardian on paw. He's more than ready to just invade on the enemy base. They might not be patient enough to wait around for Roshan. Number 3. Paw is already sending the illusions at the tier 4 tower. Phantasm also coming on through. Let's see. Is Young G's and Yuta's damage enough for this? Throwing out the banner for the mid invasion as the Megas are coming through with their numbers, but not really on the damage. Laze's AC is pretty much working on protecting the tier 4s as Young G jumps on forward, Resonant Pulse, and Disseminate out of there. But yeah, as the banner falls, so will the creeps. They need to catch Laze in order for this to be a more successful invasion. But DRT is like, yeah, I'm gonna finish the game alone. I'll be your pushing power if need be. Hex down, controlled. Young G is looking low, but Yuta trying to control onto dual rays. It's not really working as Yuta trying to heal himself back up with this freshly found Satanic. And they will find the control onto Paw. Down falls the CK. As the Mega Creeps are invading on all sides, it's time for a bit of chase coming through from Rumi, but when they realize, as soon as they realize, that's just not a good idea. Ariel in 333, already back in base, trying to control the creeps. Huge exchange as it was on the behind of Young G buying back, but overall, I think Yuta
Dire's middle tower
is showing off the Satanic and the power of it. He's just getting more and more out of all this. There's just no escape for Norma here, right?
Did I hear a squeak?
Regeneration.
Mega Creep defense, ladies and gentlemen, it's been going on for at least 6 minutes at this point.
Gotcha.
As Roshan will appear in 14 seconds. Dragon Esports Club waited before their attempted invasion of the tier 4 towers. To be fair, they almost have one of them down. But overall, losing out your carry like that that could mean bad things in the future. A little bit of a surprising part in this game is Tormentors being absolutely ignored by both sides. Not really a Tormentory lineup on either side. So let's see. Roshan, number 3. He does give out the roar, but no retribution coming out from the side of Rumi.io. The lanes are just not shoved out long enough, and there's just no way they can get the smoke up action played in time. This dual raise does take out the refresher shard. We'll see if the nightmare saves do come through before his BKB comes out. I think a Lotus Orb is kind of warranted on the side of Dragon Esports Club, but they're just getting rid of all the magic damage that everyone's doing. Overall, that pipe is already doing a lot of work. Solar Crest as well. Put it on paw and watch the magic happen. All them right clicks hurt like a bitch. Yeah. All they gotta achieve is just let paw be close to the Ancient. But as the CK has already seen, they're not aware of that vision play. Let go of the Manta illusions. Straight onto the tier 4 if they can get it. The damage, it's just barely not enough. The familiars, oh! The very last 2 right clicks coming out from the familiars, we'll take it. 1 tier 4 tower down, 1 more to go. Dragon Esports Club with the discipline. Get out of your base and we will take care of you, is the promise. But Rumi.io, they're gonna actually listen to that promise. Young G gets dunked on as they do find Utah with the roll. Fiends and Grim. And that will be the finish right there. Buyback coming out from the DK, but no Elder Dragon form for 70 seconds. Azario will be taken care of as well. Buyback from the Crystal Maiden instantly. Dual breath trying to mitigate the damage, but the AC, it's like Paul. He's just happy to hug on these tier 4s. 1 down, 1 more to go. That one gone as well. Utah trying to connect on to the Invoker once again. Paul losing a lot of HP to Ariel. And pull back onto the Crystal Maiden, but the creeps and everyone else doing all the work. Fortification coming out from Rumi.io. 1 last attempt at survival, but Dual Race takes 2 more kills, and the banner will keep them alive as Utah cannot heal back this time around with a Satanic. 31-17. Dragon Esports Club will take game number 1 here. And in what fashion? I mean, color me surprised or more accurately unsurprised. I did predict what's going to happen here. Even though the DK is just strong enough, you just can't really fight into the CK. Too many units, too much damage, and you just get overpowered. But yeah, I'm unperturbed. Looks like Dragon Esports Club, despite being eliminated from the tournament, will do their very best to just get a good showing before they're gone. See you after the break as Dragon Esports Club take game number 1. we are on the semi last day of the group stage. My name is DOTA2. I'm going to be your host for this game. Of course, we're in game number 2. Dragon Esports Club got the clean 1-0 with that CK and Invoker combo. Of course, Norma cannot be forgotten. But yeah, Dual Rays will have his Shadow Fiend stolen this time by Young G. More than curious to see how they want to win or control this game right now. Picking it into the Jakiro doesn't seem super wise. You know, Ice Path has a smaller cast time than Requiem of the Souls. So overall, like, you know, until your BKB, it's kind of hard for the spell to just go through in general. And you can be bullied out of the lane with several heroes. I really thought the Primal Beast was going to go onto the mid lane in the hands of Dual Rays, but he is thinking alternatively. He is going to go for his puck. I do need to open up our partner site, cyberscore.live, to see, and it is confirmed. Dual Rays, not a good puck player, or apparently he could be a good puck player. He could be a good player in general. Like last time around, he picked the Invoker, which he has 12 wins with out of 18 performances. That is fairly convincing. His Shadow Fiend is only at a 38% win rate, but guess where the puck is? 1 win and 6 losses. Now that is not the convincing type of win rate that I would choose for a competitive match setting. But you know, overall, you go for what you know, you go for what you enjoy, and currently it looks like you enjoyed puck, but you know, on puck. But we'll see. Legion Commander band protecting the puck and the Bat Rider for their plays. Really, really good on the off lane overall. In the previous patch, it was shown as pretty sufficient hero. Wouldn't have been my choice in a situation like this. Like right now, the Weaver is shaping up to be a core on the side of Rumi.io. But overall, it does seem that they're in desperate need of pickoff on the Rumi.io side. I think Slardar is another choice you kind of want to get rid of. Jumping into the fights, good initiation, and a bit of control. The negative armor stacked up with the swarm is sounding pretty sexy at this point. Paul CK will get rid of, as along with that, they'll take care of the Morphling as well. As Paul still has his Ursa, his Slark, and his Faceless Void when it comes to his top 4 heroes. Surprisingly enough, the CK is not in his top 4 picks anymore. He has 27 appearance on the Chaos Knight and a 55% win rate, just so you know. But yeah, Sven sounds pretty decent here. Rather curious to see if they'll actually pick it up. But yeah, PA picked up for Paul. We'll need to check the numbers on that one. Open up the CyberSquare page right now. Let's see. Phantom Assassin. 31 appearances, but only a 41% win rate on the hero. That is around 12 wins with that one. But yeah, pretty curious as to see how this Jakiro PA lane should work. Not really my forte, as both teams kind of ignoring the meta, or actually banning it out, getting rid of the Hoodwink and the Rubik and the Phoenix on top of everything, as well as the Enchantress, and of course, the cheese of yesterday, the Tinker support. But yeah, pretty much following up with the standard of play here. Not many surprises. But the Tide Hunter coming through against the PA, that's pretty ballsy though. Okay, Lays with the base pick right here. laying out some chips I really enjoy. But really curious to see though if this team fight comes through for Rumi IO, Dragon Esports Club could just collapse like a pile of bricks. Now let's think this through. The AOE control is definitely better on the Rumi IO side, with Reckoning of the Souls and the Ravage coming out from the Ravager. Crack and Swell, definitely the better choice of the facets overall. I do agree a lot with Rumi IO's picks here. And to be fair, I'm kind of leaning towards them. Right now, just in general, it really seems to me that Rumi IO have the better tempo overall. Paul will definitely need to go for like the standard Battle Fury into BKB Desolator kind of gameplay to just mitigate the negative armor coming out from the Gush and the Weaver play. And yeah, just you know, you get gushed, you get swarmed, you're basically dead. No matter the amount of evasion or your skill level. Right clicks will land from these ranged heroes and you're basically a goner. Don't even get me started on 333 and the way he played the Weaver last time. If he semi follows up with that aggression, demonic purge on anyone, and you basically have that control. So this time I'm gonna be a turncoat caster once again. I have to switch sides, and I'm going for Rumi IO on this one. Even though the Beastmaster could, or the Beastmaster, Primal Beast can be a little bit more tanky, get a bit more control, I'm fairly certain it's once again the Radiant that should win the game. But yeah, fairly convincing with the approach here, ladies and gents. But let us get into it. Cheerleader Paw is just dancing up and down the map. I really don't think Dragon Esports Club are even going to be close to the success they had in the previous game. The wraparound coming on through. During your triangle, boys. Time to look around. Consorted and held on to Merlin. Is actually the one falling victim to all of this. They will shut down the Owl Rider. Because I will refuse to call him Bat Rider in this stage of the game. He is riding a Hedwig. Basically from Harry Potter. I mean, I would have enjoyed Harry Potter way more if the owls would basically turn into Pokemon and you could make them battle against each other. That's kind of a franchise ripoff someone should make a game about. And make a killing on, as well as dual rays. Trying to steal the rune as well as up top. Paw. Oh, he just walked in on it. But yeah. 3-4-1 on these runes. Along with the first blood, Rumi IO off to a great start. Surprisingly, though, no soul collection on Young G for the first round of this game. I already thought it was going to be like a COG soul collection thing at the fountain at the beginning of this game. But apparently not. All the raises used on dual rays, but the puck doesn't seem deterred. Is up top. DRT with the dual breath, trying to zone out and block out that big camp as much as possible. With the cogs come through, it's a Sentry War battle up top, as it is on bottom as well. Yuta will need to protect himself under Sakuchi somehow. And dewarding these lane sentry wards. Basically, what I really need to do. Fairly weird that putting sentry wards on the outer sides of lanes is not as popular against the Weaver as it used to be. But I'm sure we'll evolve to that. as well soon enough. Do remember when Beaver's presence in the meta was just so freaking strong and prominent that you even spent like about 300 gold on wards and dust and everything else. But yeah, the RTM paw eating some of that shadow poison. Turn around onto 333. The dual breath and dual slow with the dual breath along with the dagger. Of course, disruption coming out. Lays instantly throwing down the smash, as he is basically the big green hero of this game. Lays, anchor, smash. That's his secret, boys. He's always denying creeps. Or last hitting them, or whatever. They're 14-12 against the PA. 12-1. Well, that is what you call good lane control right there. Overall, as the Lotus battles do come out on the bottom, they will be kind of ignored by the safe lane up top. Dragon Esports Club. It's looking like a Radiant domination in the first few minutes of this game. But let's see. Flame Break pushback. Good job at mitigating the power cogs. But so far, so good. First 4 minutes, pretty much going according to the textbook written by the Dota gods themselves. Or actually, Young G is just outstyling dual rays at this point, getting 7 last hits for now. Plays just absolute beast with one single bracer and all that damage down bottom. We do have a bit of a catch onto Yuta after the trample. It's Sakuchi time. Aerial got the block off pretty well with the cogs. And, of course, the battery assault. But Yuta is powering through. Paw. Bit of control. Going from the PA. Lays. Could be of trouble up top. We're on the mid lane. You have Young G just forcing dual rays back a little bit. Lays on 3-3, turning around. Onto the Jakiro up top. But yeah, a nice little escape from the Jakiro. Paul will be forced back on the PA. 4-man rotation up top from Rumi IO, but was it even worth it? Not much to show for despite the 2-0 so far on the Rumi IO side. Of course, all three of their cores in the lead, and Dual Race suffering super hard on a mid lane. Could mean a potential gank onto the mid lane, and of course out of a team fight. As Laze is getting closer and closer to that level 6, they will try and kill him before he acquires the Ravage. They're their darndest to kill him before the Wisdom Rune spawns. He will just wand up here and shake off Paul like a bag of fleas. Tidehunter don't give a crap about your plays. As Norma is invading the tier 1 tower. On they go onto the Primal Beast as Disruption's eventually landing onto the Bat Rider instead. Merlin, I think Hedwig is about to die for the 3rd time in a row.
As I go. Your vital thread is broken.
Report Merlin for feeding, as 100% of the deaths so far in the game are on the Bat Rider. Jokes aside, I do believe Dragon Esports Club will be on the back foot soon enough if they keep going like this. He's strewn on the puck. A good acquire, but he's already used it in order to bottle the amplified damage route. Norma, let's see if he's in trouble. Utah gonna be pulverized into the ground as Utah looking for the turnaround with Sakuchi as Young G makes the rotation instead, opening up the mid lane with this kill. It is an important one, because of course, Lays at the meantime just acquired the Ravage. Well, not too long ago. DRT and Merlin. Oh, stack play right now between Lays and the enemy. Out comes the Ice Path, trying to slow down the Tidehunter as much as possible. I'm not so sure who got most of this gold. But I would hedge my bet on Dual Rays just kind of recovering from this stack. We are still looking at Lays. He is going for the aura first. Thinking of either getting the Mechan or the pipe. He does go for the Mechan instead. The extra armor against the PA will definitely be beneficial. 3-3-3. Moving in, they have the vision, they have the technology. Moving on to the PA as fast as possible. And the jump up onto the high ground, away from Lays and the boys. Lays really wants to fight here. Has the mechanism, has the Ravage, but who to target? He is a walking, breathing Tidehunter. That's all he's got.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
Overall, Dual Rays once again acquiring the power room, the 3rd one in a row. They haven't really been using it. Same thing for Rumi IO. They haven't really been capitalizing on their position and their extra levels. So, Utah doing much better than the previous game. 3rd on the network chart. About to acquire that Maelstrom. Only 1,000 gold is needed for it. Is up top, the possibility of the Ravage. And Record of the Souls combo coming through with the hook shot, though. It's a downtown play from Ariel. Easy control.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights
Berlin
for
going
Dire's
down
top tower
once
has
again.
fallen.
0-4-0 on the Batrider.
Its middle tower is under attack.
We will be
It
riffing
will
on that
fall
for a
like
long
ripe
time.
apple.
My scoreboard usually looks like 404 because you can't really find it.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation. Denied. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dual Rays, in the meantime, caught out on the mid lane. Is Demonic Purge, but the puck will survive with a bit of escape, throwing out the Dream Coal just to run away.
Bounty. Dire's middle tower is learning to fear.
Blaze and Young G pressuring the tier 1 on the mid lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking like Rumi.io finally capitalizing on their pressure capabilities. Will take out the second tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is little it can do.
Rumi.io following their lineups. Natural timings right now. Young G requiring the Yasha. Who's about to go for the Yashikaya, which is pretty standard on the Shadow Fiends. Paul at the very same time. Now with a freshly built Battle Fury will finish his PT. More than likely move on to BKB or Dezo. Crashing through this Tidehunter will basically be their #1 priority. And I think Norma acquiring
Dire's bottom tower
that
is under
Aghanim
attack.
Scepter will be their solution for it.
Stand.
As Lays walking up to this high ground will be greeted with a dual breath in the face, along with the illusory orbs coming through. Dual rays. Thinking of laying down the law right here, but they do have the Ravage and the Reckoning of the Souls on
Dire's
standby.
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think Dragon Esports Club could fight this.
Stand.
They will protect their Wisdom Rune successfully, and he actually put it on Norma as well.
Dire's bottom tower
Well, that's all
has
she
fallen.
wrote. Charge on through from Norma. Just onslaught the lane. That's all you gotta do. All being eyed up by the enemy, but the Observer Ward is very placed perfectly on Yuta. Well, not on Yuta per se, but, you know, preemptively. Just spot out the Weaver. Dance around in your jungle.
Dire's
Bit
top
of a
tower
word
is
placement,
feeling its
you know?
mortality.
Bit of a gift onto Paul and the boys as Paul will get ravaged on. Hook shot for the follow-up. Here it goes. As onto DRT, they make their move as well. Macrofire laid out for nothing. At the beginning of the draft, it really looked like Young G's gonna have a bad time on this SF. First big Shadow Fiend, by the way. But it's just acquiring all the damage in the world. This is Utah. We'll need to let go of the Primal Beast, but you know what? 7-0. Rumi.io feel confident.
Dire's middle tower is learning to fear.
But overall, a nice path. We'll find the vision that DRT was looking for. Rewarding the triangle will be essential to put the PA back on that horse, but he is 6th place right now. on Paw. It's really shaping up to be a possible game number 3 here between Rumi and Dragon Esports Club. Utah, we are waiting on in acquiring this Gleipnir as fast as possible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm more curious to see if Utah will have to wait on the 4-staff Hurricane Pike before he engages into the fights. Getting close and personal on top of enemies, quite essential, but Young G just managed to finish his BKB, so overall it really seems like Utah will be forced to fight a little bit earlier than he would like. A bit of control and a bit of punt onto Merlin. Not only having that comfortable game he had in the previous one. The hook shot! Just 3 pixels off to the left. Paul manages to escape. Along with Merlin, more than likely. Young G and Utah moving into the top outskirts of the map. Laze is just camping out on the tier 1 on the bottom. Dragon Esports Club just not really knowing where to move on this map right now. The time, it's not on their side. As currently, they're looking for a solo pickoff punt. They will find the Clockwork and will acquire Aerial as collateral damage. First kill of this game number 2 right here. But the Dream Coil, it's huge onto Utah. Chain it up with the lasso. As Utah will fall for 900 gold. 901 to be more exact. And Dragon Esports Club, they just gained 200% of kills in a matter of seconds. This is what their lineup is good at. Now the problem is, it's not really good at AoE control or team fights. But yeah, as long as the enemy is the remaining separate, they have all their tools to basically start acquiring kills. Double race, testing the water a little bit. Young G. Shadow Fiend is becoming big and hard to handle. FYI, I don't know if anyone noticed, but the 14-minute rune on Rumi.io's side is still right there, you know, the wisdom one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, Merlin could just basically acquire that if he sees it.
It shall encroach no more. Dire's
He's even pinging it like, what the hell is this doing here?
He
could just give it to Durays at this point. Yeah, we'll take it. That is a huge firing coming out from Dragon Esports Club, as the Gleipnir will catch, the hook shot will whiff, but it's still a potential kill onto DRT. Our raise will do the trick. As Young G with the shield rune, be more than happy to just tank up some damage, as it will mean a tier 2 tower in a matter of seconds for the Rumi.io side. Moving over their attention over to the Tormentor. The first tier 2 tower of the game will be taken by Rumi.io, along with the steal of the Wisdom Rune once again. They'll leave Utah behind to acquire it, and as Merlin will take the next one. No hook shot available for Aerial, so no reach on the Bat Rider either. As Durays, are you sure about this one, my friend? Really looks like that they are.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Thinking about still wanting these ancient creeps. With the Waning Rift, he'll take them. And I yeet the hell out of here. Rumi.io dropping the ball a little hard here. As Paul, after the BKB, is opting for the Desolator, as previously mentioned. Then Basher, very classic build on the PA. Oh yeah, Rumi.io losing out on one of their Wisdom runes, 2 towers, and you know what? Make it 3 towers as Norma with his innate. He's just destroying those. Young G just gobsmacks the Jakiro out of existence. As DRT loses his life with Rumi.io. With their tier 2 lead. 1 tower overall. Will initiate on this Roshan. There's a Merlin blink. And he is wanting to steal this Roche. But is he ready for the jump? It's a sneaky one. We're going for the Firefly. Fire Division on the Roshan. He walks in, but the steal it's bad. Flame breaks it a little bit too late. Utah will easily take care of the Batrider. Still a valiant attempt. Trying to steal the Aegis. And to be fair, Dragon Esports Club scores are coming back hard with a vengeance. Utah kind of wanting to fight a little bit earlier than this. You can see that the Beaver, or in this case it's a Beaver, Beaver, whatever. No? Costume designer was kind of drunk when he was making the skin. And it's kind of slow for Utah right now in this game as Paw jumping straight in front of the Weaves. Having the Aegis, Utah can play a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, no collapse, no re-rotations, no Ravage used, and Reckoning the Souls is still acquired. So Young G is cutting the wave, and I think they're trying to decide which tier 2 to pressure, if any. 4-man smoke coming out from Rumi.io. They want to cut towards the triangle this time. They are successful in a few kills. They could turn that into tier 3 pressure overall. Gleipnir Plat onto DRT, but Paw is just too fast on the trigger. No need for Ravage. And the enemy has BKB. Let's look at BKB charge forced, you know? You'll take those. They're small W's, but, small things lead to big things. As Dual Raze is just doing typical puck things, trying to cut off the wave on vulnerable lanes. And Utah doing the same on the bottom. Top, we have Merlin. Controlling similar with the magic, the Batrider. Basically has the Force Staff at the ready. Yeah, tier 2 pressure is basically what Rumi.io settle on. They'll take out the tier 2 with ease as it's an instant jump onto Merlin. Take out the Batrider. Overall, it looks like Merlin will be happy to get the fast travel way back to the fountain. He is 0-6-1 so far, so overall, Dragon Esports Club. They're losing the numbers, and they're losing them fast right now. 10 kills in the lead, Rumi.io. They basically lose 2 full team wipes before they need to worry about the game. In terms of XP, at least. Like, I think 1 full team wipe on the Rumi.io side could basically even up the game here for Dragon Esports Club. But fighting into this Ravage Reckoning of the Souls still sounds scary.
Is feeling its mortality.
Last tier 2 tower on the board for Dragon Esports Club. They don't really seem to have the tools to protect it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As Utah will take it out gladly. Merlin dying for the 7th time this game. Yeah, maybe 13 on the board will make Rumiayo unlucky. It's a first number for sure. Yeah, as Young G is moving around with Ariel for the hunt. You don't acquire anyone. Blaze and the boys are looking to control the enemy triangle. Once again, a rotation onto the bottom lane. As is commonplace, you know, you're 1 minute away from another Wisdom Rune. Taking away the enemy's Tormentor is also a fun thing to do. Still kind of feels weird, you know, acquiring the enemy's Tormentor and ignoring your own. But when is Dragon Esports Club actually going to be in a position to take your Tormentor away? Yeah, with a minute left until the next Wisdom Rune spawn, it's going to be a 5-on-5 smoke up here as Lays. He's just looking to break some of these smokes. They do see the Jakiro. It's going to be an insta disengage for Dragon Esports Club. They're running away to the other side. Could be turned into a wraparound. 3-3-3 is exchanged or exposed on this site. Leipnir, or Glimmer Cape, coming on through as the RT. Trying to set up the ice path. Just lay out the carpet of the play. But as Paul disengages after eating the demonic purge, they're still going to keep up the chase with Utah and Lays. Out comes the Ravage. And as the PA dies, Dure needs to make a run for it. But as the puck is TPing out, Lays will still want to try and go for the gauge here. H-Drune coming on through. But yeah, it's just 2 more kills favoring the side of Rumiayo. Actually, it's just 1. Yeah, I can't count. Numbers are hard. But they got rid of the unlucky number, that's for sure. No more 13 on the board at least. Holy. Holy moly. Yeah. Rumiayo looking to even up the series, and they're looking good for it. 10,000 gold in the lead as Lace. He's just tanking up his team right now. Pipe of Insight. Guardian Greaves. What else do you need? He's Utah. Oh, Record of the Souls coming on through onto Dores as the puck looking to run away, but Rocket Flare, it will connect. More damage onto Dores. But Young G, he doesn't find him in the TPs. I don't see him at the teleport. Then just ignore him. Utah gonna be pulverized right now on the mid lane. Is he in true trouble though? As Merlin will try and join, will actually acquire the lasso, but here comes Lays as well. No Ravage this time, as Paul with the BKB will lay out the line, take care of the Weaver. Dragon Esports are fighting back, and they want this play as DRT not willing or not able to TP out of here. 2 for the price of 1. Rumiayo will be happy with that. Overall, out of that 1 kill though, Dragon Esports Club did acquire a bit more gold on the other side. As Norma is just demonstrating that he does have the Uproar break now. Really, really bad news if you're the Tidehunter or the Weaver in this game. Actually, along with Young G, yeah, the presence of the Dark Lord will be broken for you. And so is Necromancer. Actually, both of those are breakable on Young G, and there's nothing he can do to protect himself against it. Seems like a kerfuffle Rumiayo will need to solve, but we'll see if Norma can acquire that aggression that he had in the previous game. Spanglier was pretty much flawless at finding targets and picking them off. Ripping them into shreds, basically. Next up, Controlled Paul will be Requiem to death. Merlin will also join Paul in death. Now comes Norma's break. They're gonna face off with Lays, but they even commit the Ravage onto the Primal Beast, and yeah, out of the two Kaiju, it is actually Lays' Tide Hunter, which is the stronger one. 3 dead now on the side of Dragon Esports Club. Maybe it's just time to turn it onto that high ground. 23 seconds until Roshan respawns. Yeah, this PA is just not really working out. Using the Wailed one. This does not seem like that evasion is enough for anything. It's just so surprising to me that people are not choosing methodical in pro play. You know, you need reliable stuff in your games. Evasion is just not a reliable thing to count on. Roshan, number 2. Or Retribution is out. But I'm not so sure Dragon Esports Club have enough time to even make it here. Out comes the scan. And Ariel has actually positioned himself in a way that even if Dragon Esports Club make the approach, the smokes will break.
A prize.
As 333 brings the banner around, it's time for the invasion from Rumi. Ravage will be available in 25 seconds, so by the time they make it, it's going to be available.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's
attack.
Utah, relieving pressure on these lanes. Yeah, in goes Zores with the waning rift, trying to connect onto Young G, but back comes the BKB. Blaze, just waiting for the BKBs to end to drop his ultimate as Utah joined in as well. Out comes the Requiem of the Souls right there. They find the control onto the PA as Paul will get taken care of. Rumi IO in with the chase. Out comes the uproar, but the Ravage does not reach. Norma actually running away from all this. But the 1-for-1 exchange is still favoring Rumi IO here. The Requiem Plague will control the PA. Next down is this puck. Easy control coming out from Young G. We'll take care of the enemy mid later. He might have lost the first round, but in game number 2, he's coming through really hard with the Shadow Fiend.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I guess this is the lineup from hell. Rumi IO. They're just transitioning onto tower number 2. Next up is the Primal Beast. Out comes the Uproar, but I guess all 3 breakable heroes just don't care that Norma is here. Hook shot downtown from Rio, holding on to DRT. The hero will force himself out of this situation. At the very end, the PA will be alive in a little while. But I'm not so sure Paul is ready to fight. Last set of tier 3 towers and racks. We'll be tickled a little bit by Rumi. IO. Backdoor should be kicking in soon. All 3 waves are being pushed out, but not before the tier 3 falls. Ah, there it is. Finally. Never on time, but, you know, it eventually does appear. Work pair. Below the tier 3 tower up top. This dude is just more than happy. Take this luscious farm all to himself. is just absolutely behind right now. Finally has the basher, but who to use it on? Norma still needs to initiate. Pretty's place to work is Utah. We'll break all of the smokes, walking on the enemy. BKB coming out from this Weaver. Sitting on to DRT will get the kill. Norma finally uproars and puts out the brakes. It's time to initiate. But who are you killing besides no one? Or actually, you know what? Just lose all your numbers. Dual Rays and Paul are dead. Norma will type out the GG as they ran out for this final fight, but they knew exactly what the situation was. 2065, you're extremely behind. And Rumi.io, with this looming threat of a team fight all the time, I guess it just wasn't a question at the very end which team will get the W. Rumi.io even up the series in this game number 2. But yeah, there's a reason why we just don't play PA anymore in pro play. It's just a really lackluster. And even if you see it, you kind of want to put the methodical version on it. Yes, I know Liquid have lost it a few days ago, but still, it's a PA. It's a piece of something. Well, yeah, it's just not really worth it. So yeah, even with the even up, we'll see you for game number 3 right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the day. It is game number 3 between Dragon Esports Club and Rumi.io. Dragon Esports Club, they're just getting honor points. Rumi.io have already survived the group stage of European Pro League Season 19 Division 1. But yeah, obviously so. Group A was kind of bonkers, and right now, Dragon Esports Club, they're just getting sympathy points at this point. They did win one game so far against Level Up. This is the second game they have won in 2 games ago, like the one they just won in this series, and they're going up against the group winner tomorrow for the final game of the group stage. It is going to be against Team Krivnia, and yeah, hope is something that kind of dies off very last, and they are drafting something a little bit weirder than in the previous games. So far, they are trying to hold on to the enemy with a Wind Ranger. I don't know if the Wind Ranger is going to be good enough to outzone the Shadow Fiend. Personally, I am not a fan of Wind Ranger in general. Uh, of course, as this is not an elimination game, technically it doesn't get the caster curse of Sir Action Slacks himself. But yeah, in the previous game, we saw that SF was just really, really good in the hands of Young G. So it's kind of hard to doubt that the same, how should we say, uh, presence of the Dark Lord is going to be available. But with Rumi.io taking the Primal Beast themselves, it's kind of questionable if they'll have that same team fight presence as in previous lineups, as in the previous lineup. So far, Centaur Warner, you can be ran at with the Dragon Esports Club lineup. The backline, I'm a little bit more confident in than in game number 2. Karath Mage, Entry, and Protector, you're just covering all your bases with aggression and damage follow up right now. But I still need a solid carry. That is kind of true for both sides. But with the overgrowth being present, you kind of don't want to go melee, but although this is a melee-ish patch, so I would not count out the Sven coming on through for Rumi.io once again. Uh, wouldn't be the first time they would pick it, but Rumi.io actually going for the CK this time. Interesting choice though. Utah with the CK this time around. Paul doesn't get to use it, and they will ban the DK against Paul. So the similar counter that basically worked in game number 1 once or twice, it's not going to be present in this game. Sven is actually banned now, I realize, by the Dragon Esports Club side. So Paul's options are becoming limited. I'm not really a fan of the Ursa. Morphling seems a little weird with the Wind Ranger. I'm kind of thinking of Flash Farmer that can handle all this. Luna is starting to seem good to me, though. Not super sure, though. Primal Beast and Rubik just roll over you. The laning stage is going to be hard. And the Rubik Primal Beast is a combo, which we've seen a little bit deterrent from the Centaur Rubik Classic we are usually used to, but fairly successful. Can't really argue with the results. Along with the Oracle, the Crystal Maiden will get banned. Ariel will not get to play that. Yeah, so far so good. Let's see, another Cleaver hero, another potential on the Dragon Esports Club. Did they even notice the PA last game? Is a rather interesting question. Once again, they wouldn't really care about her. Of course, pulverizing the PA and then just wrecking out the soulsing it is basically the solution you're looking at right now. Nothing special overall. So what to ban? Troll would be a nice ban. Ursa would be a nice ban. These are the two I'm looking at personally. Although I'm a big Troll hater. Yeah, Troll and Wind Ranger together, not such a bad combo. Shackle shot into the potential root down coming from the Troll is really, really nice. Axes are really good against the CK when he reality rifts you, or when you're chasing him. So those are good solutions. Enrage is the other one I'm kind of looking at. That's why I'm thinking of the Ursa. But overall, flash farming and handling the lanes, it's leaning towards the Luna for me. They banned the Morphling instead, but I did say, in my opinion, the Wind Ranger Morphling, it's a weird combo as Nature's Prophet support gets picked up by Rumi.io. That is your position 5, ladies and gentlemen. Sprout into Reality Rift is the wombo combo they're going for. Kind of hard to run away from that. That is true. But overall, I think the Skywrath Mage and the Centaur Warrior are going to have a field day with Ariel on this top lane. On this bottom lane, actually, yeah. Rumi.io are Radiant once again. Flash Farmer could use items, could basically turn the fight around. It is going to be the Gyrocopter on Paw's hands. I'm kind of split on this one. I don't like the Wind Ranger on Dragon Esports Club. I really don't like the Nature's Prophet on Rumi.io. And I'm not super much of a fan of the Primal Beast this time around. Like, team fights are, once again, going to be really, really chaotic for both of these teams. But you know what? Out of the sheer momentum and seeing as Young G just outclassed Dual Rays on the mid lane, I'm going to trust my instincts and go for the Shadow Fiend against the Wind Ranger and say that Rumi.io have got game number 3. I haven't been wrong today as of yet, but we'll see if today is the time I'm going to be eating my words. As yesterday we went to 1 on our prediction rate. Let's just go to 1 on our prediction rate today as well. Why the hell not? So yeah, for those of you wondering and DMing me about European Pro League World Series Americas, match number 1 today was canceled. So we only have 2 matches today. One of them starting in 2.5 hours, and the other one starting in 5.5 hours. So be patient, chillax, enjoy European Pro League in Europe, in the namesake. And yeah, let's see who wins. Let's see if the CK is actually strong enough to handle all this pressure. And will Dragon Team actually win their first series in European Pro League Season 19? Or are they going down with potentially 0 Ws in terms of series? But yeah, as we're going to this game number 3, ladies and gents. The question does remain.
You weren't so damn dead, I'd shoot you again.
Will the Gyrocopter have enough time to find that farm? That is constantly the thing we look at every time Liquid picks up this hero. Because the C-Case gets an armlet and is pretty much online, but when is Paul going to be online, 5-man smoke up coming out from Rumi.io. But not really, just a wraparound casual approach. Waiting for someone to just walk up to that high ground. But it's shaping up to be like a river staring contest going on in this play. As Norma walking towards Utah, it's going to be a bit of a disengage as Rumi.io descend upon Paul right now. And they see the gyro, throw out the Fade Bolt, and they'll turn their attention onto DRT. Power shot coming on through, along with Merlin's concussive shot. At the very end, Lays with the last right click will take the life of DRT. Rumi.io once again with the first blood. One level on the scoreboard and giving it to the enemy offlane. A pretty good start to the game. Of course, you'd rather see Young G have it, but, you know, you take any W you can get in a game like Dota. Even the small advantages can be turned into big advantages. Unlike what Samuel L. Jackson said to Django, you turn big rocks into little rocks. In Dota, you build a small rock, roll it down on a hill, and it turns into a frickin' avalanche. Thank God Tiny got nerfed for the 50th time. How extremely broken was that hero? Then you just release Conda and make him even more broken. As Utah getting caught up in the moment. The CK is looking too good. Utah, are you dead, my friend? No, Fairy Fire used by the CK. Utah will survive. Pretty low. But it's fine. Half HP. Oh, Mr. William Wallace. There could be an argument made that William Wallace actually was the Chaos Knight. Bringing on the Armageddon of the British Empire. But yeah, his rebellion was thrown down. Everyone seemed brave. He didn't really scream freedom that much. He's just a noble with a lot of motivation to overthrow a government. But, you know, great movie. Even though historically absolutely inaccurate. No, yeah. As Lincoln goes the concussive shot, they shake it off with ease. The Sprout could be the healing zoning item that Ariel should be using. Control this lane, but instead they're just letting the lane be controlled and pulled. We'll be chased a little bit with the Treants, but yeah. I'm kind of surprised that Ariel has actually went for the Ironwood Treant instead of the other facet. Because I thought it was Soothing Saplings that standard just go for. The healing is just really good to, you know, escape the possibility of just spending tangos and self for all of this. Is DRT sitting on Lays along with Paw. Out comes the trampoline response to both of them. The Lays will not be in for the chase. In come the planted leech seeds. I don't know where the tree planted the other tree, but cross that. Come the leech seeds through. In comes the Sprout. Onto Merlin. That's what you get for denying a water rune, my friend. Hot niche. Yeah, that's also worth thing a bounty rune, dude. 2-0 on Vroomy IO. Pretty much the same start as in the previous game. But it's not Merlin dying constantly this time around, or we'll see about it later on. Possible catch once again from Ariel, but this time DRT comes from behind with the Nature's Guys. Puts it out onto both of them. Ariel is dead as Utah, surrounded by 3, is pretty much suffering through all the damage coming out from the Dragon Esports Club. But we are talking about a CK. It's not as bad as some people think. Putting back on through on the Twin Gates. Utah will eat the self and we'll be fine with it. Blaze can't really make that rotation right now. But we'll be taken care of by both sides, you know, even exchange. All's good in the hood. That's Paw. Round by 3-3-3. They are finally going to make the move, as the Treant Protector did show quickly, as well as Ariel coming in with the Sprout and the Rotes. And no. It will end with an uproar, but not with a kill.
Тише, мальчик.
Easy escape from Paul. Or rather the question, how long can he keep up this survival? Looks like DRT and Dual Rays don't really want to find out. They're coming in to help, but targeting Lays is just a recipe for disaster. It's a tanky boy on this Primal Beast.
I'm really freaking out.
When running away, Dual Rays a little bit perturbed from sticking about. As the Wind Ranger returns to the mid lane. Could be about the Wisdom Rune setups on both sides instead. Out come the scans, Ariel. I think he knows he won't have a chance of TPing there. There's a bit of a chase coming out from Lays onto the Treant Protector. One more right click should do it. And yes, it will.
Long have I waited.
Every coin helps.
Once again with a net worth lead, Rumi IO. They're not really pressuring the lanes as much as they should. Or as much as I would expect them to. But to be fair, we're only 8 minutes into the game. And this time they don't have that Ravage Race combo. I was so cozy for them in the previous game.
Dire's top tower is feeling its
Young G
mortality.
denying the ward instead of killing the courier.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Value overall.
Dire's top tower is under
Zerial.
attack. It fights for its
Thing
life.
appearing up top. It's instead going to be Merlin sitting on the shield rune down bottom.
Dire's top tower is
Zerial,
under
Lays, and
attack.
the others will take care of the tier 1 tower up top.
Dire's top tower has fallen. The earth
First tire acquired by
sees
Rumi, just as last time. And once again, their cores, all 3 of them, are in the top 3 positions of the net worth. Actual power shot going by for the SF, but undeterred, undisturbed. Norma jumping in with a Who Stomp. But as soon as he gets start chased down by the Greater Treant, will disengage.
the seeds of fortune.
Norma. Who's thrown down Utah. Just doesn't really care about any of this. Chaos Strike will heal him back up. Easy. As DRT's coming around, he still doesn't have overgrowth, so I don't know what kind of team fight they want to force out of this. As actually up top, it's Lays who's in trouble. Focus fired and called down. The Primal Beast will fall. Mid-collapse could possibly come out from Dragon Esports Club for this. As a 10-minute power rune's about to spawn, Young G is afraid to stand around. Putting out the Iron with Tree, still gonna get caught out with a compressor shot. But not shackled to anything. Shadow Fiend does get to walk out of here. Utah. Out comes Reckoning of the Souls as well, along with Phantasm, but a beautiful Stampede runaway. Warm up. We'll reset the fight. Onto Ariel they go. That's the easiest one to get. Grim Protector is not someone you really want to sprout. Or, I mean, you can, but it's not going to do much. He's a tree himself.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation.
Bottom tier 1 pressure coming out from Dragon Esports Club, as they are looking to even up the net worth.
Radiant structures are fortified. The stream tells of tactics.
Young G using the opportunity, turning this into tier 1 pressure here. Ariel coming around the bend, but not managing to get the sprout onto the Skywrath Mage. Bottom tier 1 tower will for sure fall. Mid tier 1 still under pressure. Norma going on the sprout, but it will end by the time the Centaur arrives. Living armor onto the tier 1. DRT is looking to slow things down. $2K up on the net worth. Rumi IO. Better not lose focus here. Paul is just way too slow on the farm, and he's just starting to build up his ags. Utah, and the finished armlet coming out. Should be ready for another fight. They just spent Phantasm, so he'll need to be patient and wait.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No gale can stop the flames.
Yeah, it was Young G. Verging the Sanj and Kaya. Sorry. Yasha and Kaya. As is pretty standard for Shadow Fiends these days. Blaze trying to get out of here, but we'll get Overgrowth. Once again, the Primal Beast will get called down upon as Paul keeps up the contact with the Rocket Barrage and shoves on them rockets up Blaze's ass. Primal Beast is down. It's down bottom. You have a bit of a catch onto Paul as well. The power shot will whiff it. At the very same time, maybe the double edge will fall into an illusion instead. Yeah, for us it's pretty easy to make these predictions of, oh, there they are, because we do see them, but due to players, it's rather hard to distinguish player from illusion. You either got to have a targeted spell already on it, or previous targeting will also help you out. But overall, it's looking like Dragon Esports Club, they could take not just the lead in terms of kills, but eventually the net worth. So far, Gaben on the net worth chart is pretty much in favor of Dragon Esports Club right now in terms of win probability. But we'll see about that. Double damage on dual raise. But it did just expire. Blaze once again pressuring up top. I guess they'll wait for the teamfight moves for now. Oh, doing a really great job at protecting this back door. He's about to get his Aghanim Scepter soon as well, so he really doesn't want to die here. Well, let's see. Black Cannon combos coming on through. There's no charge coming out from Lays. Gonna take their time with it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. It will fall like a ripe apple.
Ariel. Surprisingly, the Nature's Prophet is not going for the Aghanim Scepter. Solar Crest first item. Going back to tradition. Just buff up your cores. And basically start hunting with Young G or anyone else. is the plan he's going to go with. Well, Rumi.io turtling up just like they did in the previous game. They're taking their time and waiting for Dragon Esports Club to be making these aggressive moves. But Dragon Esports Club this time have hoof stomp and everything else. I think Mystic Flare could be... Oh no! It's used on an Illusion Merlin! Oh, you made a mistake coming around this bend. 4 for 4 will be the new scoreboard.
Tower is losing its foundation.
Still better than 3 for 3. I haven't made a decent Halo game in ages. Forever. Yeah. After the shots fired, 2K. Still up on the Rumi.io side. I still feel that until the Orchid, they're not going to be doing any kind of aggression on the side of Rumi.io. Although the Orchid recipe is already on the way for Utah. They're not really making that aggressive rotation up top as we'd expect at this time of the game. They're really, really pretty much wanting Dragon Esports Club to come to their side of the map.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Make these mistakes themselves, but we'll see about that. Norma, raise into the air. Missile stampede and run away. Norma is being called home, just like E.T. was at the end of the movie. He's out of there. No surefire approach coming out from Rumi.io this time around. They'll just basically put all their belief in the CK at this point. Approaching the gyrocopter seems kind of impossible, but you know what? Maybe down bottom. Yeah, see right there. Paul is all alone on the bottom lane. And they're setting up onto mid lane instead. Either the Dragon Esports Club reads are just too good, or Rumi.io reads are just so bad. Last time I've seen such distance looking at each other warfare was in World War I. When the Prussians and the French were just looking at each other for ages and ages. Or was it the English? I don't know. The fight took so long, all of those soldiers are now dead and they're still sitting in the trenches. Or their remains are sitting in the trenches. But yeah, standoffish warfare. Stalemate warfare. Or maybe just a lack of technical warfare. But one thing's for certain, Paul is really gotta be under the gun right now. Out comes the focus fire. Oh no, it's not focus fire. It's actually a Reckoning of the Souls. Reckoning of the Souls into a stampeding gyrocopter will mean that Paul is just gonna walk on home. Out comes the shackle play onto the primal beast. Lays dies one more time. Focused down by the enemy. His aerial will just TP out right in front of their faces. But all in all, Dragon Esports Club, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna initiate. You do that, and we're just gonna capitalize on your mistakes. With Blaze gone, they don't have their pipe of insight anymore. And the rest of the team were just not willing to turn around for a defense play.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may yet stand.
Merlin Skywrath Mage also going for the Solar Crest first. Although we have seen the Sky building the casual phylactery, capitalizing off of that. Not really focused on that huge magic damage right now. Just accepting the fact that the enemy is building that pipe of insight. DRT and Paul will two-man Tormentor and gain Merlini. Is Shield of Scion on the Skywrath Mage. Romeo still with the lead, but it hasn't decreased or increased in several minutes. Pretty much this has been the status quo for the past 12 minutes or so. Curing Wisdom Runes, people. That's what the game's all about. But no, that's what the game is about for me, but not for everyone else. Amplify damage on Dorays. BKB slowly gonna be picked up on the Wind Ranger. Yeah, we are looking at DRT's build. He's gonna go for the Solar Crest as well. Two Solar Crests on one team, a lot of people would be screaming overlap, but it's not bad. But it does grant the movement speed slow and the barrier. You give that few of your cores. That is pretty significant in usefulness. Rose shot number 1 will be taken out by Paul. Rumio kind of positioning themselves here. Both are available. DRT is breaking some parts of it as Lays. From the onslaught backwards, they will still manage to put out the overgrowth on this. Utah and Lays are in trouble, especially Utah, who will turn his gaze on the Wind Ranger. But he's protecting Dual Rays at this point. But at the very same time, Lay's re-engaging. Let's see. With Merlin dead and the gyrocopter stomped at least once, will they have enough power to just sit onto Utah? Yes, they will. I said Utah, but I meant in Paul. Alright. The gyrocopter be dead, be gone. This is the perfect fight that Rumio we're looking for. 3 picked up for the price of none, and they don't even lose their carry for this. Dragon Esports Club just not the best targeting this fight around. Focus Fire wasn't even used for this fight. Yeah, Wind Ranger not really working out, is it?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No gale can stop the flames.
That is sounding surprising that actually the Whirlwind is not chosen in this situation. Of course, yeah, Focus Fire is way better than the Whirlwind, but still a little bit of an off-put. As once again, the first tier 2 tower falls on the side of Dragon Esports Club. Kind of indicates as to what the outcome of the game might be. Comebacks are just not a thing in this patch, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure Dragon Esports Club will try. Falling behind. Pause recovery. We're going to question it, we'll bite a minute. I mean, he is going for the Desolator for Daedalus first. Just promising. Getting up on that top lane. Beautifully. Rumio will ignore this bait and switch. So just move Lays down onto the bot lane. Here comes Dragon Esports Club. Once again, a bait play on the mid lane this time around. Hoof stomp? On to what? Turn down for what? Let's see, one single Phantasm illusion will take away the attention of Dragon Esports Club. Kind of signifying the power that the CK has. He's actually farming under dire vision, so not moving on to Utah fast enough is basically the punishment Dragon Esports Club will need to suffer through. They're thinking of the 2 tower cuts, but as soon as the Radiant scan will catch them, Utah is already disengaging. What game sense coming out of the supports for Rumi.io, protecting their core. It's basically map hacking with the in-game tools. It's not a hack, it's a feature. Oh. A game that features map hack. Giving you all the information you could ever want. Where the enemy is, are they actually there? There's a 5-minute cooldown, you got 2 charges of it.
That should help.
Talk about broken stuff. I think scan is broken and should be nerfed. Jokes aside. Out comes another smoke.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. No gale can snuff the flames. I'm really freaking out.
Well, actually, everyone on the Dragon Esports Club is kind of tangled up here. Next to the Twin Gate. Still disengaged is Rumi.io. Still on the chase. As they know where Dragon Esports Club are actually going. They're just looking to reset on the top lane instead. Utah even gaining his tier 3 item out of all this. Some of these item choices, though, could become more and more hectically, as we say, difficult to make. Owen Tunic picked up by Paw. Let me unsurprised. As in comes the onslaught, along with a pulverize onto DRT. They take out the protector of the Dragon Esports Club. No pavish for you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
First kill in 5 minutes. You take those. It's been a stalemate ever since then, but with this number advantage, Rumi.io will actually start sieging a little bit on the tier 3. Looking on the mid lane, already at half HP, as possible catch coming out from Lays. The one onslaught for this one. As he actually gets it onto Paw. I really thought this was gonna be a hit. A miss, not a hit. As out comes the Stampede once again, trying to attempt that gyrocopter just yeets out of all this. But no, not this time around. Maybe a possible collapse onto Utah as a return. But it's actually gonna be Utah turning onto you, my friend. Norma. Knowing it's very darn to just run away reality rift onto the Wind Ranger, but yeah, that's Wind Run on the Wind Ranger for you. And all the illusions and all the King's men now are just pushing onto tier 3 towers again. Eventually the illusion is gone, but
feeling its mortality. Dire's
Things just
top
ain't
tower
looking
has
good for the Dire right now. All outer towers are gone. 30 minutes in. It's looking like Rumi IO are ready to just bleed out the enemy. You can see 32 seconds until the Stampede is available one more time. DRT
Well, that was not very nice.
destroyed once again. And of course, as Norma, I'm really not wanting to waste my Stampede on a Treant Protector, so overall, Dragon Esports Club on the back foot, 18,000 gold down. Let's see, yeah, Gaben is finally starting to believe that Rumi IO will be the ones taking this. I still don't understand how, with a 2K net worth lead, Dragon Esports Club was biased or destined to win, according to the Gaben graph, at 12 minutes in.
Pull roots and run.
Because Rumi IO are not doing anything different from the previous game, but Dragon Esports Club are just kind of slow to get to the punch. They're missing beats, dual rays. Just starting the Aghanim Scepter build. 32 minutes into the game. Still needing 2,000 gold just to acquire it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Gyrocopter without a claymore. Oh, well, want to insta-buy the whole item.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the grand strategy. It's kind of falling apart on Dragon Esports Club side. They could go for the Communion Gate Gambit one more time. It's a risky play. But if they want Roshan or anything to do with him, they gotta go for it. Passing through that gate, Lays. I'll be looking for Merlin. Lodging out the place so far, but eventually Ariel will catch up to him. Out comes the ult. The Wrath of Nature will just root you in place. Youngji will be the death of you. His dual rays will catch you as well. I mean, Lays will catch dual rays as well, but overall, that's all she wrote. As Utah is actually approaching from the south. In the bottom lane doesn't seem like the best approach, but you know what? The rest of the team is about to join him. Taking a not so good approach, or great approach in this situation. I'm not really sure what the CK really wants to break, besides the Centaurs retaliate. But surprisingly, Norma still only has one level on that at 17 levels in. I'd rather choose the +2 attributes over all that. Man, and once you gotta be a tanky boy, be a really tanky boy. Yeah, as the Phantasm Illusions are pressuring him down to tier 3s. Paul will easily take care of them. 35-minute rune, Ariel. Then I have the Treant, picking up the rune themselves. Then comes the chase, Paul. He's actually seen right next to his Tormentor. This could be horrible. How comes the Wrath of Nature, Lays? Looking for the angle. Will pinch in and pulverize the gyrocopter. As pause, DKB will eventually end. Young-G coming in into space with the Reckoning of the Souls. Utah coming from the other side. Phantasm Reality Rift onto the Wind Ranger. As Utah, I think he's basically just done with this game. He needs to break one tier 3 tower to finally go for the enemy base. That is done. He's just gonna oblige stick with the rack for now. But you can see it in this guy's eyes. Or in just the movement of this character. Now he's basically just done with this game. As man at the bottom rack. A bit of play onto lays, but it doesn't really do much. Grab the Centaur in place. As the rest of the team running up on to the third tier 3 tower. Here comes a bit of a trample as Utah just diving one more time into the fray. Berlin throwing out the Mystic Flare. They will get Utah to die once. But as Mega Creeps appear, still 14 seconds until the gyrocopter is back in your rank.
Middle tower is under attack.
Norma slowed down, and it's looking like Lays will chase you as well. But meanwhile, back in the Dire base, it's shaping up to be Utah is joining in with a fight. Focus fire onto the CK. They'll run away for it. Out comes the Stampede. A big catch onto the Primal. Nope. With the Primal Beast one more time. Utah getting the killing spree. No more Aegis anymore, but they could still catch out Paw. No more Satanic on him either. Out comes the homing missile. Saigoner instantly takes care of the Treant. Yeah, as the missile hits, really looking like Utah got a little home. Don't even have HP, it's half one on this guy. But yeah, the HP is not going to be a problem. Now that he's acquired a Heart of Tarask. Aerial. Inside the Dire base. 3 times the kills on the side of the Radiant. 33,000 gold in the lead. Young G. Easy play onto DRT. A few more right clicks should do the trick. As out comes the Stolen Overgrowth. 3-3-3 setting up onto Zulray's. Out comes the Reckoning of the Souls. As Zulray's actually escaping all of this. But the tier 4s are already under siege for this. Norma types out the GG. It's 18-5. Rumi IO win. Another series in the bag for them. Only 2 points for this one. But game number 3 is theirs for the taking. Their 3rd match W of this season. Just to be fair, one of them was DMS, just forfeiting the game. But yeah, after beating Level Up and losing to Monty and Hrivnia, Rumi IO will finish off this season, or at least the group stage of this season, with a W against Dragon Esports Club. Honestly, I think ever since the patch came out, the game is just a little bit easier to read. You get your auras, you get your extension items, you get those timings, and the game just runs itself. Like, if I can predict the games, you guys can predict the game. What the hell is going on? But yeah, me being able to predict games, not a good look, Valve. Not a good look. Well, yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the day. Tomorrow, we still have one more game with Dragon Esports Club and Team Hrivnia. But until then, goodbye, and stay safe.